Saying yes. There's a lot out there in sort of the coaching and self-help world and pop neuroscience, neuropsychology, and all that stuff. But saying yes, affirmations, positive outlook. The missing piece is, how big is your yes? Because all yeses are not the same. If I say yes to, are you stopping by later, versus yes to, will you marry me? Like, that's two very different questions. And in a similar way, the power of our conscious choices, there are choices that are more deeply felt and are often brought about by the pressure of experience or the depth of a sensation in a moment. But the scope of our ability to choose at any given moment is exactly the scope of our awareness in that moment. And so if we say yes from a place of mental surety and I want to do something and I'm really going to go for it and I want to create this because I've wanted this for so long and it's coming from a place of pain or fear or something like that, but we're not worried about the pain, we're just going to... There you go. You're not listening. It's trying to surmount, to go away from. And that yes will not have the power to change those things that it's not including in it. It doesn't work that way. Our sense of normal, I talk a little bit about what is normal in another video, is basically whatever we decide isn't important, whatever we've stopped paying attention to because we can't change, because we think it's not important, whatever. If we've decided not to pay attention to it, it's invisible and we have no choice. We have to be aware of something and not necessarily thinking about it, but aware of it, not deciding not to close the door specifically, to be welcoming whatever it has to bring. So a yes that is in response to some perceived limitation, but is not feeling the experience of that story, is not feeling the experience that has sort of birthed that limitation, it's not going to change it. But if we go into our fear, our pain, our vulnerability, or whatever, and from there, knowing and feeling and accepting all of that, being in the middle of it, if we say yes from that place, that has meaning, that has power, tremendous power. The only thing that limits our ability to choose, to create, whatever, to say yes, to flow, is the scope of our awareness from moment to moment, the scope of what we accept and include. That's it. That's the throttle. And the ironic thing is sometimes then people will get hungry for more and they'll want to bury that throttle. But acceptance and effort usually don't go together that well. So it's a very interesting, definitive non-action. Open-handed devotion. I've been using the words for myself lately. Just did some breath holding a minute ago. Feeling this discomfort and challenge and limitation with story and all these things in it. And just not playing. Just not doing anything about it. just letting myself say yes. It's there. It's not a problem. It's there as well as everything else. Boom, watch it change. So, that's, I think, the most important part of saying yes, is being able and willing to encompass, to expand, to include the things that mean the most to us, that we care about when we say yes. There was some quote I heard somewhere, I can't remember, wish I could attribute it. You will be given exactly as much, you will be given power over everything you are willing to accept responsibility for. Love that. And I have been in circumstances where I have felt that happen to me, absolutely. Amazing practitioners of the martial arts or bodywork who are so deeply feeling me, more deeply than I was able to feel myself at that moment, and therefore was able to make choices about how I worked and what happened to my body. But there was no malice, there was no intent on destruction. They were taking responsibility, saying, yes, that's okay. I feel that. I sit with it. No. So, powerful yeses. It's a wonderful gift of the universe. Hope it helps.